अच्युतं केशवं कृष्ण दामोदरं रामनारायणं जानकी वल्लभम्. Hello everyone, I'm starting a new playlist today, and that is Divine Faith. Today I have a very nice story about inner experience. This is a story about a very simple man. A man who used to toil day and night and then was able to arrange money to feed his family properly. A life that was hand to mouth. He could only earn that much that was required for food. So one day, an old acquaintance of his called him to a puja in his house. And this man was very happy because his old friend had called him, and dressed in the best dress that he had, the best kurta that he had, he went to his friend's house, his acquaintance's house, for the puja. And when he entered his house, it was so well maintained. His friend was earning very well. Time had been good with him, and there was Satyanarayan Bhagwan's puja in his house. And the whole room that, where the puja had to take place, that friend of his had decorated it very nicely. He had spent a lot of money, and the whole room was full of flowers, and there was fragrance of flowers all around. The incense sticks, agarbatti we use, that was lighted, and everything was, the whole room was smelling so nicely, and one could feel the presence of spirituality, happiness and positivity there. And the puja took place. He observed everything very nicely. He himself was a staunch believer in God and used to pray to Narayan day and night. He himself had a very nice idol of Satyanarayan Bhagwan in his own house, a not very expensive one, a simple and nice statue he had. He used to pray to that day and night, and he was very happy to attend this puja in his friend's house. The bhog was, after the puja, we always have to, we try to make the god eat the bhog. सबसे पहले भगवान को भोग लगाते हैं, right? So that man had whatever food was ready, everything came, and someone told, some lady told कि अरे खिलाने से पहले देख लेना गरम ना हो, भगवान को एकदम गरम ना लग जाए. So he was observing everything very nicely and listening to people, and he liked it. This simple man, he liked this everything very much, and his friend, very nicely, when the god, he had served food to God, and then the whole everyone in the room was told to eat nicely whatever was there. So everyone had prasad. He too had prasad. In fact, his friend packed a lot of food for him, that take this home and let everybody have this prasad. It's nice to have Satyanarayan Bhagwan's prasad. So he became very happy. Now on the way, he was happy also to attend this puja, but in this same time, he was feeling that he is not so well off, that he also wanted to do, puja of this sort, and because he was also a worshipper of Lord Satyanarayan. So Lord Satyanarayan is Lord Vishnu, right? So he went home, and in his thoughts, he was very depressed also, that I don't have such a lot of money, और मैं तो ऐसी पूजा कर ही नहीं पाऊंगा, मेरा भी मन है ऐसी पूजा करने का. तो he came home, then he told his wife कि मैं बाहर से नहा कर आता हूँ, और ये खाना है, सबको लगाओ, सबको खिलाओ, और मैं अभी आता हूँ. So he went, और उन्होंने वहाँ पे एक पॉन्ड था, उन्होंने वहाँ पर नहाकर और पेड़ के नीचे बैठे, और पेड़ के नीचे बैठते रहे और सोचते रहे कि that I also want to do, a puja of this sort. So, and सोचते he dozed off to sleep. Now in his sleep, a dream started. what does he dream? That he himself is, it is the small room of his house, and he's decorating that room with flowers. And all of a sudden, you know, he has all those big sunflowers and rose flowers and marigold, all big ones. You know, the size of the flowers was bigger than the usual size, and he was making a garland, and he was, you know, decorating the room. So, and then he brought his Vishnu Bhagwan statue, the statue that was there in his own house. You know, that friend had got a very nice statue idol, a golden color idol. He had a very simple and small one. The same statue was put over there, and he, you know, cleaned the whole house very nicely, decorated the house with flowers, and he, you know, did a little of construction with wood also to make things nicely. And then on top of that, the flowers were put, and everything he was seeing in his dream. And he turned around and he saw a few of his family members and his friends also sitting. And then the time after the puja, then he did the puja, everything he did in the dream. He did the puja, and then he did the aarti, and then he told his wife that wo jo chawal banaye hain meethe, unko le aao. So then he was reminded, you know, when the chawal came, yellow color, very nice fragrance of the aroma of the rice, and he suddenly remembered, you know, that in his friend's house everybody said garam na ho, Narayan ko garam na lag jaye, to dekh lo ki normal ho gaya hai. So then same thing was reminded, and he saw the bowl, and bowl, the outer side was very hot. So then he thought, I should also check कि ज़्यादा गरम तो नहीं है ये. So he put his, he couldn't eat, you know, पहला भोग तो भगवान को ही लगाते हैं. So he put his fingers inside to check whether the food was all right, and the rice was very hot. It was very hot. In fact, he put the fingers and he quickly put them out, and he had burnt his fingers. So, but right now he was so happy. The songs of Narayan were going on, and he had to feed Lord in the beginning. So he again took rice in his hand, and then he made them cool by light blowing like this, and then he served God very nicely, and he put the rice back, and then he said sabko khana khila do. And then he started, then he, you know, his fingers had actually burnt, so he was having that irritation and that pain in that. So then he started doing this, but he was very happy that the puja was done. And as you know, he did this, suddenly, you know, he felt somebody joking him. So he opened his eyes and he saw that, oh God, I was sleeping, and his wife was waking him up at that, क्या आप तो नहाने आए थे और आप यहीं सो गए, and why you are doing your hand like this? So he said कि अच्छा मैं यहीं सो गया. Oh, then he felt very bad कि हाँ मैं तो पूजा कर रहा था और इतना अच्छी पूजा करी थी मैंने, ये तो मेरी ख्वाहिश ही बन के रह गई, मैं तो कर ही नहीं पाया पूजा, ये तो सपना था. So he became very depressed, and he had you know, he just didn't know what to do, and very sadly he picked up his clothes and all, and he went inside, and then he went in front of the statue of God, because he had just taken bath, and he usually used to go and do a namaskar to God. तो वो वहाँ गया और भगवान के आगे जैसे ही वो खड़ा हुआ, एकदम से भगवान की जो मूर्ति थी वो वैसे तो स्माइल नहीं कर रही थी, छोटी सी स्माइल थी, बट राइट नाउ इट वाज स्माइलिंग ब्रॉडली. एंड उन्होंने ध्यान से देखा कि है ऐसी मूर्ति तो मेरी है नहीं, इतने अच्छे से भगवान स्माइल कर रहे थे. और उन्होंने ध्यान से ऐसे करके देखा, और एकदम से उनको हाथ में फील हुआ कि बहुत दर्द हो रहा है, और उन्होंने हाथ देखे तो हाथ उनके जले हुए थे, एक्चुअली उनके हाथ जले हुए थे. एंड देन ही वाज शॉक्ड कि मैंने तो कुछ करा नहीं है, हाथ कैसे जल गए. देन ही रिमेम्बर्ड हिज ड्रीम कि मैंने तो चावल खिलाना था भगवान को. एंड देन ही लुक्ड अप बैक एट नारायण, एंड ही सॉ अ पीस ऑफ राइस ओवर हियर, एंड ही फेल्ट the sound, he could hear the sound of Narayan, and Narayan was telling him कि बहुत स्वाद चावल तुमने आज खिलाया, भरपेट खाया. So he became very happy, and he realized that it was actually in his dream that he had done the puja of Vishnu Bhagwan, और उन्होंने भोग भी लगाया था, सब कुछ ड्रीम में था. And then he sat down when he could hear the God that इतने स्वाद चावल थे, तुम्हारा तो हाथ जल गया, पर मैंने बहुत भरपेट खाना खाया है। और पूजा करने के लिए पैसों की या इतनी बड़ी व्यवस्था करने की जरूरत नहीं है। तुमने तो इतनी अच्छी पूजा अपने सपने में ही कर डाली, और क्या चाहिए मुझे। So what actually God wants to say is, you don't need to gather resources. God doesn't want all that. He just wants you to have faith in Him. पूरी श्रद्धा के साथ पूजा करो। मन में, सपने में भी अगर आपने पूजा करा है, वो भी वो एक्सेप्ट करते हैं, वो भी भगवान को स्वीकार है। Only thing is, admire, worship God and have full faith in Him. So this was the inner experience. How did you like it? Do let me know, and I'll be coming up with more stories. Do let me know how you like to hear all these stories. Sunday stories will continue as they are. These are also some, stories where you feel God is right next to you. Have faith in God. Divine faith. अच्युतं केशवं कृष्ण दामोदरं रामनारायणं जानकी वल्लभम्